Show starts in 8 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 7 minutes.
It's refreshment time, folks.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
Show starts in 6 minutes.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Ah, there, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Nathan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Show starts in 5 minutes.
We're happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay here. And while you relax and stretch, visit our concession where you'll find something to please you. There are ice-cold drinks, delicious sandwiches, ice cream, coffee and snacks, and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty, our drinks satisfying and refreshing. They're so good.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
Show starts in 4 minutes.
Visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
Still plenty of time and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Show starts in 3 minutes. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
And now, on with the show.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I don't know when halftime is.
What the video? Oh, God. 1 second.
We're here, we promise. Things are just not going according to plan.
Yeah, I don't know why that camera didn't load up. It's okay, it's okay. Johnny's got you covered. Boom.
Yay! There we are.
Another brief insight into the background of the GoreCast.
Well, look, there's the background. They can always see it. It's right behind us.
Whoop,
hey, cool. We're in Australia.
Crikey. We're in Australia. Sorry, that was the wrong button. This is actually what I meant to hit. There we go. And then we just move this down here like so. There! Fucking sorted. It's like they wouldn't even notice. Who are you cheering for? I won't lie to you, Kurgs. I don't even fucking know who's at it. And what's up, Roddy? At what? The Super Bowl.
We don't need a Super Bowl. It's not breakfast time. We don't have Cocoa Pops are at home.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Oh, fucking camera and everything lined up perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's fine. What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast. It's Sunday with me, Johnny Deadly, and this shiny-headed, mother-loving...
Come on, I'm waiting. Let's see what you got this time.
Crustacean of Chaos, the Giz.
Crustacean of Chaos? You sound like I live at the bottom of a boat. I fucking hate the open water.
Hello, Katie.
It's full of like sharks. Hey, Katie.
And hello, Corrigan. And hello,
Hi,
Bernie. And hello, Roddy.
Hi, Roddy.
And hello, Dara, because he said hello earlier.
Hi, Dara. Hi, Bern.
Yeah. Hi, Bern, who's in the studio and should be in the chat as well, as per usual.
Possibly.
Always.
Always, apparently.
There she is, just as I said it.
Waving.
It's football, but it's not around football. It's like the rugby football, but smaller.
It's not football, they use their hands. Football, you use your feet. That's why it's called football. Just saying it. Plus,
you ain't wrong, bro.
Plus, like every time they actually touch the football with their hands, the game stops for 20 minutes while they have a conversation.
You ain't wrong, bro. Anyway, this week on the GoreCast, we have some tasty treats in store for you, and Giz has some surprise news from the internet for me.
For you.
And everyone.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you might as well...
Because it's a new thing now that I don't get time to check the news. So Giz comes in with news articles, neglects to tell me there's news articles, and then I find out 5 minutes before the show. And it's all a big surprise, so you get to see my live reaction.
Because that's my plan. I promise. All planned. Anyway, Cloverfield director Matt Reeves has revealed that his upcoming Batman movie is going to be a
Batman movie where you never see Batman.
You
never thought of it.
Actually, given the way that article, given the way he kind of said something that's a distinct possibility, because he said he's looking at it being a perspective piece. Oh my gosh, that could be cool.
Okay.
Upgrade, except done with Batman. Bear with me.
Okay, yeah.
Bear with me. He stated that it's going to be a noir film, right? With a complete rogues gallery of villains that they have yet to start casting for.
Gotcha.
But here's the most interesting thing. See, what most people have failed to realize because, okay, maybe not most people at this stage, because thank the gods we now live in a world where you've all realized that nerds rule and have started to actually look up what, let's face it, is going to be the modern day mythology, because 1,000 years from now, these are actually the mythological creatures that people will be studying the way we would study, Cuchulainn or Perseus.
You're pointing at me. Why are you pointing at me?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm just using hand gestures because I do that.
Nobody's going to be studying me. I'll tell you that straight out.
Actually, they probably will.
I am immortal.
Yes, we are, because we're on this. We have assured our own immortality, as insane as that sounds.
I have inside me stream of kings.
Anyway,
streams of kings.
The upcoming Batman movie is set to be kind of a crime noir.
Tony Macca, what's going on? Sorry.
Boy, Tony.
I
know, Tony.
Perfect.
It's set to be a crime noir thriller because here's the thing.
God, it's gorgeous, by the way, just to let you know. Handsome.
Batman is known as being the world's greatest detective, and
he is.
To be perfectly honest, unless you're reading the comics or the cartoons, if you're only used to seeing Batman in the movies, you'd have no fucking clue that he's actually a detective in any way, shape, or form. Because for the vast majority of his cinematic appearances, he just runs around and beats the shit out of people without actually doing any of the stuff.
Yeah,
that
and he
brings
just has
him
a
to being
big
able to
computer
beat the
that
shit
tells
out.
him everything. The Joker is here!
Well,
got it.
That's the old Adam West Batman, which we're not going to be. That's no.
Jiminy Jillikers, kids.
No, that's a big no. As well as revealing the fact that it is going to be a crime noir movie, which I think
that's interesting.
It is, yes, and I think it'd be very good. They've also released. They've also given us a release date of June 25th, 2021.
Counter argument there for you. That's really well put, by the way. Just to let you know, nothing lasts forever. Giz, data is doomed by time as well as we are.
Except that right now the internet is so pervasive that it has effectively become a second atmospheric shadow over the shield, or over the planet, much like the Earth's electromagnetic field. We have become a wireless society whereby it's all in the air, and all you really need is the right equipment to pull it back in again.
The next step is to just jack us in.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it,
sci-fi's hardwired to my brain. If I could just play PUBG in my head, my life would be so much happier.
Sci-fi has been predicting everything we have now for the last 50 or 60 years.
Headshot.
So everything that we've been predicting now is what's actually going to be happening. So, Besides, if imaginary creatures like gods and, cults of Christ and other organized religions can last this long, then surely factual-based things like, admittedly...
Jesus Christ, Giz, we are on not even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even, 3.5 minutes,
Sometimes I'll get it down to 3.5 seconds. I will make that record.
That's madness.
Yes.
Madness.
Yes, it is. I'm going to move on to the next story that you might find interesting.
Yeah, cool. The Batman one was quite interesting. I'm a little bit... It's just...
the fact that it's the director of Cloverfield?
Yeah.
You and me fucking both.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I did like Cloverfield, what is essentially Cloverfield 2 and Cloverfield 3.
But he wasn't the guy that did them.
He didn't do the third one. He did the second one, if memory serves me correctly.
Did he?
He did the one with John Goodman.
No, he didn't.
I think he did.
I don't think he did. That was the third one.
No, the third one's the one in space.
Cloverfield Space.
Yeah. Cloverfield in space! It's not actually, though, technically it's humans in space and Cloverfield's on Earth.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said,
Blue Pill.
that Batman movie is going to be out in summer of 2021. Okay, here's one for you, right? Hammer and Legendary are bringing back sci-fi hero Bernard Quatermass. You don't know who that? You do?
It rings a bell.
Okay, the reason I'm saying is because Quatermass is a character that was featured in 3 1950s TV serials and 3 Hammer House movies.
Which Hammer House movies?
Funnily enough, the ones that are named after him.
Fuck you.
Quatermass Experiment, Quatermass 2.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're fucking on about.
Quatermass and Pit.
Yeah.
So Quatermass is a pioneer of the British space program, heading the British Experimental Rocket Group, and he continuously runs into sinister alien threats that are going to wipe out the planet and has to go deal with them.
So he's the Hammer equivalent of Captain Kirk.
Perhaps without
the sex.
I was going to say perhaps without all the intergalactic womanizing.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. Boom.
Explore strange new worlds. Seek out new civilizations and fuck them.
Every hole and crevice on the planet.
Anyway, the film's set to be produced by Hammer's Simon Oakes with John Silk and Jay Ashenfelter overseeing project for Legendary. So basically what we're going to be getting is probably a period style sci-fi set in the 60s. You know, that kind of almost steampunk-like stuff, I think.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'd say it could be.
I'm in. It sounds good.
Could be a good laugh. For those of you that lamented the fact that Penny Dreadful only got 3 seasons, rejoice!
Oh! Netflix, is it? Netflix swoop in with a save?
No.
No? Who?
Well, actually...
It's some streaming service, is it?
Penny Dreadful director Paco Cabezas.
City of Angels.
Yeah. A new spin-off series, Penny Dreadful, City of Angels, which is going to be set in Los Angeles in 1938.
Okay.
And is set to basically revolve around people and creatures linked into Santa Muerta and other entities allied with the devil, centering around a character called Tiago.
I do wish I'd known about this
Tiago.
because I would have pulled up that image. It's quite nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Santa Muerta.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Showtime will be doing the series again, and it's set to create set to create whole new occult mythos and legends, and basically tackle things, taking on the Americanized legends the way that Penny Dreadful did for the more traditional European legends in the original series, I guess. I expect to see a chupacabra.
It's Mexican.
Yes.
It's not America.
But
although it's Los Angeles.
Yeah. So it's, you know, Santa
No, wait, Los Angeles isn't near Mexico, though.
But it is, deeply infused with Mexican-American folklore. Yeah,
if anyone's ever watched this show, more specifically for 3 episodes, I've got a hard on for chupacabras. I fucking love them. Out of all the crazy legends out there, outside of aliens, because they rock, chupacabras.
Well,
I fucking love them. They're great. Just big, hairy, mangly dogs of death.
I'm sure you will see something, or there will be something akin to it in this series, considering, like I said...
I can't see me owning Mexican. A pet Bigfoot, that's the thing.
You can't own a Bigfoot, they're sentient.
Yeah, I could see me owning a chupacabra.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in an attack dog capacity.
Yeah. Like, I've wrestled some pretty big fucking dogs, and it's just a big angry fucking dog. It's just so mangled looking to people, instead of being like, I should wrestle that. Just go, fuck! And try and run, and then boom.
Question for you, right? Onto our next story, right? Question for you. Who's your favorite actor? Or one of them, I think. Well, yeah, let's go with an actor that if you saw him in anything, you'd be like, yes, I'll definitely watch that. Better yet, who's your favorite TV detective? You have been fucking browbeating me into watching that damn series since you fucking...
I don't know what you're on about. My favorite TV show detective?
Yeah.
What do you...
So Idris Elba is going to be in a new movie.
Oh, fucking... Yeah, okay, fine. Sorry, Luther. Yeah, sorry.
Every fucking time. Every
it's
time
so
Idris
fucking
Elba
good.
is mentioned,
it's so good.
This.
Watch it. It's so good.
Anyway...
So good. Dark, but with nice amounts of humour and fantastic kills.
Idris Elba is set to star in what is basically going to be the horror equivalent of The Abyss.
Oh, I mean...
Called Deeper.
Wasn't The Abyss kind of a horror anyway?
No, it was sci-fi glory.
Okay.
James Cameron's sci-fi glory.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
This, on the other hand, would be...
That'd be amazing.
Oh, for your chupacabra name.
No, for the famous TV detective question.
Or the name of the dog.
I'm pretty sure it's in relation to the question.
I thought it was in relation to the name of your chupacabra.
No, because you said who's a famous TV show detective in Kerr and instantly typed Kojak, which is not wrong.
Telly Savalas. Anyway, Deeper is said to be a supernatural thriller that centers on a disgraced astronaut to be played by Alba, who is on a deep-sea dive exploring a newly discovered trench, but soon finds himself confronted by a sinister and dangerous force. So I'm thinking there be monsters.
It does sound like that.
There be monsters down there.
Pirate?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's the sea.
Oh yeah, okay, I suppose. I just thought with the Abyss comparison to pirate, I wouldn't have gone pirate.
I know, but like it sounds better to say Darby monsters.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I won't deny that.
Yeah.
Talking pirate's always fun. Yar, meaty.
The tone is described as being similar to Gravity and The Martian. What the? Nick Burkhardt. Very funny, Katie. Katie just sent in favourite TV detective Nick Burkhardt from Grimm.
Winning. Nice. Good answer.
Let's see. The project also has Bradley Cooper.
If anybody else wants to throw their favourite TV show detectives in, feel free.
Harry freaking Dresden.
Yes. Yes.
Because there's only one wizard named Harry and it's not fucking Potter. Real wizards carry a fucking gun in their pocket. Because sometimes you need to shoot a bitch. Or a vampire bitch. Well, when you run out of like sunlight in the cloth, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, as I was saying, Deeper also has Bradley Cooper, Gail Gadot, and Cornel Mondracuzo.
Looks good to me.
Yeah. The Hungarian director behind White God attached to direct it.
Very well, could be. I'm going to have to stop the show very quickly. Bern, what are you smoking?
Because it smells like bubblegum.
Can I? Give me that.
Tutti frutti.
Give it out. Sorry, pardon me one moment, show. It's like been just wafting across my nose there.
I know, I've been trying to ignore it.
Turn it off.
Oh. It is tutti and fruity.
Yeah, I'm completely off nicotine, so that's just tutti frutti flavor. They're strong there.
Go on, you.
Shall we move on to the review section of the show?
Was there any more news? Oh,
No, that was
proper tutti fruitied up now.
Tutti fucking fruity.
There's like a minty twang to it as well. I'm okay. I probably won't go refill up my vape in the middle of the show, Bern. Thanks. But I will take yours and smoke it.
Anyway.
Yes, we can move on to reviews now.
Okay.
Okay. So first up, Between the Trees, 2018. Thanks for that. I did know the name of it.
It wasn't that. I was actually confirming we were going with that one first, but since you started talking, like, I guess we are.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. I
hope that's what we decided. Otherwise, there'll be another trailer whoopsie later on. Anyway, Between the Trees is set for release when? You don't have the email. I'll get the email now. 2 seconds. You start talking and I'll get the email.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Directed by Bradley Douglas?
Yes.
Yeah. Directed by Brad Douglas, the same guy who brought us the awesome The Basement.
Go check it out with Misha Barton from the OC.
Okay then. Between
No, as in she's in it. I don't mean ring Misha Barton from the OC up and be like, hey, I heard about this movie on a podcast. And they specifically recommended it.
I watch it with you.
Yeah, I watch it with you, so I said, fuck it, I might as well give it a go. Just to clarify before any, I get some weird letters coming into the GoreCast studio.
Anyway.
Harassment by proxy.
Between the Trees tells the story of Steve, whose marriage is on the rocks, to put it lightly, and has decided that he's going to take his mind off things by going on a camping trip with his buddies.
Some rocking going on anyway, I'll tell you that straight out. Jeff 50.
Anyway, he decides to go on a camping trip with his buddies Josh, Mac, and Dave to try and take his mind off things.
Or is he?
The boys end up going out into the middle of nowhere, nice secluded cabin, but unfortunately things really quickly start going astray when it turns out they're not the only people out there. Plus, let's face it, Steve is not exactly the happiest of campers in this particular predicament.
Yep.
And things end up kind of going pear-shaped when it turns out that Steve...
Are you sure it wasn't besetment instead of basement? Just to clarify.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Okay. He directed Besetment, which is a different movie we reviewed, which was also very good.
Easy mistake to make.
Yes, it is. Yes, I understand it. It doesn't have a dot, though. I will add that into my defence. It's all good. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so.
Yeah, like I said, Steve has kind of...
actually, now that we've actually stopped the flow of everything for a second, it's going to be released on demand on March 5th and on DVDs June 11th.
Steve, Dave, and the boys go hunting, and it's all of a sudden very clear that there is something out there in the woods.
Are they hunting, or are they being hunted?
Well, at first they go hunting, and then it turns out they're kind of being hunted because, well, the next day after going on a unsuccessful hunting trip, they find their truck is mangled and completely unusable. The tires are slashed
completely.
Yeah.
Willy-wallied. What's the word you used to use? Foobar.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, it's fucked up beyond all recognition.
Yeah. Oh, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, that's a good one. We should use that more.
Anyway, they discover that their Jeep the engine's been messed up, the wheels have been slashed, and there is no way out. So they decide to start taking a bit of... Steve and Dave...
Assertive action would be the best way of describing it.
Kind of, yeah.
We're going to go shoot these motherfuckers.
No, Steve and Dave decide they're going to go strolling and get to the highway and see if they can't get a lift. Except Steve forgot his phone, so he comes back, and while he's gone, Dave finds tracks of something that ain't no normal thingy.
Yep.
Because like that, they get the boy, they get Josh and Dave, and they come up, and Josh and Mac, and it's kind of like, that's not a bear track. Nope, let's follow it. Okay.
It's got a guy from Grimm in it as well.
Yeah, I think that's...
Just seeing as we were mentioning...
yeah, it's Steve.
Steve. Who was he in Grimm?
I don't know, I've been racking my brains because I'd actually...
Is he the guy... Was he the wolf and...
No.
No?
Just you mean Monroe? The Blue Bot?
Yeah, if he got more...
No, that's...
bulked up, maybe.
No, that's... Oh, I know that fucker. Silas Mitchell.
Cool, okay. Are you doubting now?
I am, very much. Very much.
He does. He's the only one I can think of that it looks like.
Anyway, the lads go hunting, and they see humanoids. I suppose is the best way of describing it.
I say zombies with crossbows. I'm on a zombie kick recently. Everything's zombies. Zombies with crossbows.
They're clearly not.
Yeah, they're humanoids.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
The lads end up shooting one of them, and lo and behold, it is a kid that they killed. And so, well, it's pretty obvious if they just kill the kid, the dad's going to come looking. So obviously they start to get themselves prepped, and Dave and Steve are somewhat proactive, and Josh and Mac are well, Mac is happy drinking, and Josh is just the panic.
If it comes near me, I'll shoot it.
Yeah, something like that. And Josh is just kind of like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? How can you be so calm? What do we do? Oh God, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What?
You got this, Josh. It's okay, Josh. You got this. You can do this. You got this. Josh doesn't got this.
Apparently he does have a hot wife, though.
He does supposedly have a hot wife, yeah.
Reno. Yeah, their trip to Reno.
Could have just been a trip to Reno.
Between the Trees offers what is... I'll be honest, you start watching the film and you think it's going in a certain direction, and to a certain degree you're right. Steve's reasoning...
You're not wrong.
Yeah, Steve's reasoning for going out into the woods with his buddies can be easily deduced based on the fact that there is trouble with the missus, and if you are, how can I put this, a paranoid git that usually assumes the worst of everybody. So as a result,
not wrong though either.
So as a result, it is pretty handy to figure out that Steve is on his way out into the woods with his buddies, and he intends on killing at least one of them.
If not all of them. But then interrupted by crazy bastards.
Yeah, and it's hilarious too, because at one point you have Steve screaming, "It's supposed to be my kill!" Which I thought was really kind of cool, because it's like, okay, you have this great plan, you're going to do all this stuff, and it turns out you're getting niffed because the local humanoid mutated dudes...
I'm going to say toxic Avengers from the woods. There you go.
Are stealing your kills because apparently you walked into the middle of their turf and they kill everything that walks into the middle of their turf.
We're not stealing your kills, you're stealing our food.
Do we agree, maybe? Perhaps?
Yeah. We hit a trailer?
Or maybe he's just trespassing.
Do a trailer, do a trailer.
Yeah,
do a
trailer.
Sure. Trailer time.
When you have an appointment with a counselor, we can go when you get back. You are coming back.
Does anyone live around here?
Where the hell are we?
nobody can find us.
Great spot, Steve.
Glad it's to your liking, gentlemen.
That is not a bear print.
I say we track this down.
We got a psychopath out here. We got hunting to do.
This is not good.
Can't we just get out of here? Did you hear that?
It's a kid. You killed a kid.
It ain't over. Now we gotta deal with Daddy.
These are my kills. My kills. You understand me? Where are you? Where are
I was a short trader.
Dead Jim.
Yeah, so that's the trailer for Between the Trees. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I just felt, and I know I'm always giving out that, you know, they show monsters too much and they blah 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 blah. But this was like, you didn't show me enough of the monster, and when it did, it was just such a quick flash. Occasionally, I like to get kind of a bit of an establishing.
But no, you really get to see him in the last half of the film.
Yeah, I suppose. I just thought the kills were a little bit quick as well. It was just kind of, I never felt tension. There was more kind of awkward jibber jabber between the people, obviously because Steve was there to murder everybody, and people could understand that he was acting.
Might be a little bit awkward.
He's acting a little bit weird. But other than that, I never felt like there was this kind of urgency or a chase, or they were ever actually been hunted. It's just like, oh, I'm going to go kill this dude, and then someone's just like, fuck! God, fucking arrow!
Well, I don't know. I mean, like,
but in saying that, I did enjoy it because the awkward tension in the house between them was juicy.
See, here's the thing. The film itself is an hour and 10.
About 20, we'll say. It's a little bit over.
No, it's...
And there's an after credit scene, which everything else.
Soldier of War is the 120. So
Okay,
I actually didn't realise it was an after credit scene, I have to admit.
I won't run it.
Yeah. But
I'll explain to you afterwards. It's not a big thing.
My point being that the film is such that, for me anyway, I didn't feel that it was overly long or anything like that. I thought that the pacing was decent enough. The lads get to the cabin in decent enough time. You get to see kind of an insight into their characters when they go into a bar on their way to the cabin. You realise
the opening scene with the wife's actually very good as well. It's like tension straight away, but that's like the most tense.
Yeah. But
overall, it's good. Like shot beautifully.
I thought it was a handy enough story. You know, you sit. Like I said, it's any time that you sit down.
I'm not like giving out about it. I did quite enjoy the movie.
Yeah,
I'm not giving out about it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, anytime you sit down to watch a film and you're like, oh, okay, clearly it's going in this direction, and then you get another swerve. Like, kind of like, for me, it was like watching The Descent, where I had it in my head, okay, this is going to be this kind of film. Whoa, where did that come from?
But in this case, you were right.
To a degree. There was still the extra component that you wouldn't really see coming.
Yes, which does actually throw you a curveball if you think deeper, but then it turns out you shouldn't have thought deeper. It's actually what's going on.
Well, actually, the deeper thinking is probably not a bad idea if you consider that...
Well, I genuinely thought that it was like he'd invented these monsters in his head to get him over him killing his friends until I saw him get shot. And then I was like, all right, Jack, they're actually there.
Yeah. There is... I kind of have a counterpoint, but I can't really go into it without ruining the film for people that haven't seen it.
Don't do that, so.
Yeah, so I'm not going to. Overall, Between the Trees is enjoyable. It's a fun watch. And like I said, you go into it thinking that the story is going to be heading in one direction. And for me, the fun of it was when the story decided to go in a completely different direction. And then they decided to kind of, to be fair, I think, given the circumstances, present us with kind of a realistic approach to how people might go about dealing with a situation like this. Right, we're trapped, we're cut off. What do we do? Well, first things first, let's kill the things that are trying to kill us, and then we'll figure our way out of it. Yeah, I always think that's
It's usually good offensive is what I go for. Shoot it first and then figure out stuff later.
Kurgan, you're only immortal until someone takes your head, boy.
There's a whole thing. I think Bear Bunny's part was no. I'm confused. It went religious there. We don't like religious chat. It goes badly. Jibber jabber. I don't. That's why I nip him in the butt every time he does it. It gets dark really quick.
The whole fucking thing.
And stop it now. I agree with you, but stop it now. Okay, thank you.
What's the next film?
Yeah, because it just turns into a religious bashing session every time we just like come to anti-religious hour with Giz and Johnny.
I'm not anti-religious. I'm anti-religion. Organised, control mechanisms.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next film, which is Soldier of War.
Soldier of War. This is great.
It is great fun.
This is great. This is another movie that you think is going one way, and then you're like, oh no wait, let's go to another. No, it's actually going the way I thought it was.
Yep. When a couple of kids out messing in the woods stumbled across an old World War II bunker in the British countryside, they decide to, well, being kids, take a look down below, which is, of course, a
terrible idea. Terrible.
T-shirt worthy.
I haven't got to do a terrible idea in ages.
Sorry, I didn't realise you were.
I've been waiting 4 months for that.
I remember. You got it out.
I did.
Yeah. Like I said,
what up, you hippie, Joe?
Amen. Giz Bunny Bear Bunny Grr.
Yeah, I know everything goes Bear Bunny Grr.
Oh, okay.
His name's Bear Bunny Grr.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, the kids go exploring. Well, one of them goes exploring. The other one has the intelligent idea of not going into the deep dark hole. Unfortunately, the kid that goes into the hole doesn't come out because there's something in there, and now it's awake.
They did the thing where it's like, I'm nearly out.
Yeah. Now it's awake. The other kid does a runner and then has an accident down by the roadside, which means that the law starts.
Graphic accident, by the way.
Yeah,
made me proper
really
go, whoa!
Yeah.
Did too. That was
really good.
I should probably put the mics down.
Which gets the law obviously investigating things, and that's when the gears get kicked up a notch, because in this particular case, I love the fact that the monster has a valid, good, logical, reasonable reason for slaughtering certain types of people.
He got
i.e.
ass fucked.
Anyone. What?
No, as in like proverbially, not like physically.
Okay. I was going to say, anything in a uniform is fucking dead. Any authority figure is fucking dead. Anyone that stumbles across him is fucking dead.
Dead, dead.
Totally dead, Dave.
Dead.
But with
the kid only got killed because he happened to walk into the wrong bunker at the wrong time.
Well, yeah, there's a reason why the kid died as well.
Bloody hair.
Once things get explained and once you realise the rationale behind this creature, it's actually really quite cool. Like I said, however, getting back to the story at hand, once the police get involved, you have
goes crime drama.
Yeah,
and it's great.
You have
I love a bit of crime drama.
You have newly promoted Detective Sergeant Jack. We didn't get a second name.
Jack McGoodlooking.
Okay. Gets teamed up with Detective Inspector
Lesbian Mick
Hartley.
Kind of interested.
She's not lesbian.
I know, because he thinks she is, and then it turns out she isn't.
He's just saying that to the missus so the missus doesn't get ticked off that he's spending nights hanging around with this other chick. It's obvious. Anyway, Huntley, that's her name.
That's why I called her Miss Lesbian McInterested.
Anyway, Jack and Huntley start investigating the deaths of law enforcement officers. They are hampered / assisted.
Because they don't have to go looking for them, because they're just hanging from fucking trees.
Yeah, they are. They are hampered /
with their
assisted
guts
by...
laid out in front of them in a very pretty picture.
Yeah. They are hampered / assisted by Reed, who is your typical authority figure that you really fucking want to fucking hate and can't fucking wait to see something happen. He's got such a punchable face.
Yes, he does.
He's brilliant.
He does. Jacko me off.
As Johnny said, this turns into a police procedural very, very quickly. In fact, if not for the supernatural elements of it, you would actually believe that you're watching a thriller about some maniac hunting the countryside deliberately, often cops, because... Hey,
just clarify, you're not. It's a supernatural magic movie.
Yeah, it is.
Just clarify.
Meanwhile, Jonathan Rhys-Davies is living in an old age retirement home doing a fantastic job.
And having hot nurses laying in bed with him at the drop of a yacht.
I don't exactly call him hot. But
if I was in my fucking 70s, that's pretty damn...
Yeah.
I'm batting high.
Anyway, when he starts seeing news reports about all these deaths of law enforcement officers in the Shelby Woods, he quickly puts two and two together and realizes, holy sweet mother divine, fuck, we need to contact the law.
Holy sweet mother of fuck, my undead friend that I murdered back in World War II, who still thinks that the World War is going on, is now here.
All that stuff that I don't want to get into, you just got it. It'll be all good.
Oh,
You already figure it out pretty quick. You don't, though.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't, because it doesn't explain it till near the end of the film.
Shut up. There's a lot more going on as well. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I had to say it. I couldn't hold it in. It's so good. He's on the fucking poster.
But you don't know what he is.
He's on our poster. Yes, he's World War Zombies.
Yes.
Everything's zombies.
Yeah, okay.
I told you, everything's zombies today.
But like I said, the rationale... Anyway, while he is attempting to get in contact with the law, naturally enough...
I didn't
the
explain
old
the rationale, by the way, just to clarify.
You kind of just...
No, I didn't, because you keep going on about it. I actually didn't. Keep going. Moving on.
He eventually gets to explain his side of things to Huntley and Jack, who have been piecing the story together over the course of the movie anyway, through various different accounts. Like I said, this is, quite frankly, a really good kind of British police procedural.
Crazy zombie guy kind of shows up and scares the bejesus out of several other people in the way to murdering many police officers.
Yeah. There's some really good kills in this film, to be honest.
Some really good kills in this film.
The story, like I said, I really enjoyed the story.
There's 3 bad CGI moments of minor notability.
One of them less minor than the other 2, I feel.
The guts one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just needed to be darkened or something. It just, you could tell it was, I don't know, the blood just seemed super bright or something. I just can't put my hand in it. The explosion was bad.
It was.
And what was the other one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the resolve.
But they're not big CGI moments. They're just quick.
And the thing is, the majority of this film is all practical effects. And I think because of that, they stand out even more.
The guy. The guy.
Ah, yeah.
So good. He looks like he's in a Mushroom Head video.
He does look really good.
Great. Mushroom Head video. Like, literally, I was like, that guy's either one of the best zombie auditioners ever, or he's in Mushroom Head.
This film, one of the most interesting things about it is that you have a creature using some really fine tactical awareness.
Mm-hmm.
There's a buddy of mine, he's former military, loves these war movies. I fully intend on putting this on for him just so he can go, I love how he did that, and I love how he's doing that.
Yes.
Personally speaking, as someone that's always been a fan of booby traps and horrible ways of doing terrible things to people.
So I don't go to Giz's house.
I thoroughly enjoyed some of the kills in this movie and some of the setups for the kills. There's a part where there's a roadblock going up because they still think they're dealing with a normal person. And
well, the two main cops don't. Everyone else does.
They're starting to cop on all right, but everyone else thinks it's
loads of people are like, he looked like a man, but he wasn't a man.
There's even, I love how, to be perfectly honest, they do take a practical approach to how this might be dealt with in real life. Even the 2 cops, once they start getting hints of what is actually going on, are like, you know what? We can't really tell everyone what's actually going on, or we'll be taken off the case at the very least and locked up in a psychiatric ward at the very worst. So let's just tell them that it is definitely an individual with a certain amount of training doing all this stuff and to be really fracking careful. Of course, very few people listen to them. Trailer.
I wish I had that hand controller thing when Boyan was here. That would be good. Trailer number 2.
I've got a murdered policewoman, and now a forensic officer who's apparently disappeared. What the hell is going on here?
We're going to seal off all roads around Shafton Forest.
Rebels, resistance fighters have been using this kind of incendiary-type bomb for a century or more.
I've got to talk to the police. I've got to warn them because he's back.
What's wrong?
Get me down! Get me down!
It was like a man, but it wasn't a man.
Did you hear that? Yes.
In 1940, hundreds of these places were built underground. I think somebody found and opened the hatch.
It's fine. I feel better than validated now.
Yeah.
Goddamn traitors, goddamn. There's a goddamn thing talking.
Anyway, as we were saying,
Goddamn traitor.
Soldier of War is, to be perfectly honest, a really good example of how people might, in a real life situation, deal with this kind of insanity.
Yeah, it's very actually, like, even the monster is very true to life.
Yeah.
As much as a supernatural entity of the undead can be.
Like we said, the motivation behind the monster is really fucking valid. And
I only gave you a little tippling of what it is once you find out what the whole thing is. And you get a fucking happy ending.
You do, to a degree.
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
Which is unusual in a horror movie. And it's unusual to see me go along about it. But it wasn't a Disney happy. Well, it was kind of a Disney happy ending, but not in a bad way. I liked it. It was nice, you know? Sometimes it's nice.
Yeah.
Just nice. Instead of, because like all the movies these days are like, oh, it's the usual, one guy got away. Oh, evidently nobody got away. That's a bit of a bummer.
As you were saying, Soldier of War is, to be perfectly honest, just a really fun and enjoyable film.
And available on VOD from March 3rd and available on the divs from April 9th.
Yeah, so go check them out because it's really cool. Plus, it's interesting to see Jonathan Rhys Davis using a non-sophisticated accent.
Yeah, he was just a normal boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay, on to the final segment of this week's show.
The finale.
Wherein I tried to convince him to watch a new TV show.
Which I will have an intro-y thing for by next week. We only came up with it today. Because he actually watched the show that I was supposed to watch. But the very quick synopsis he gave me made me not interested. hence the segment.
Okay. The Passage is a recently begun TV show from...
Will I do a trailer first? Should we do the trailer first?
I don't care. If you want.
I was just wondering, because or should you try and introduce me and then give me the trailer and I make my assessments?
Maybe, I don't know, I haven't watched the trailer, I just dove straight in.
What do you think? You're the one convincing me, bucko. I'm talking to you.
I wasn't sure because you looked like you were looking over it. Why don't you give me a second to talk and we'll stick on the trailer. Okay, based on novels, the trilogy by Justin Cronin.
Yes. Mine, Justin.
Am I right? Yes. Based on a trilogy of novels by Justin Cronin, The Passage is actually the name of the first book and tells the story of Amy Belafonte, who basically after 1,000 years of a post-apocalyptic vampire nightmare has risen to be one of the few defenders of mankind.
Right.
This story is unique because much like Guillermo del Toro's The Strain, it actually shows us exactly how the world goes to shit. In fact, the very opening of the first episode is Amy introducing herself and saying how she isn't actually the beginning of the story, how this thing entirely actually started because a bunch of different things got together. It was the perfect storm of a fuck-up. Well, she doesn't use fuck-up, but she does use perfect storm. Two researchers decide to go to Bolivia in order to track down what they believe may be a virus that holds the cure to basically every disease. Mm-hmm. While initially potentially fatal, it also leads to an insane increase in white cell count and immunity proficiency of the immunity system. Unfortunately, at least...
Hello, Sean.
Hello. Unfortunately, at least in the TV adaptation, this disease it resides in a vampire. Although they're not using the V word because they're scientists, and scientists don't believe in vampires, despite the fact that this thing clearly drinks blood and heals, and yeah. Anyway, Tim Fanning, who is one of the...
So what are they calling them?
Virals.
Isn't that also a V word?
Yes, but it's not the same V word.
Oh, okay.
When Tim Fanning, who is one of the when Tim Fanning, who is one of the researchers, gets a little bit too close to the thing they're going investigating, he ends up becoming patient zero.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think it's something like 3 years later. Project Noah is in full effect. It's a DoD-funded project initially designed to try and cure all disease, but in reality designed to basically create the ultimate bioweapon, which is have all these infected people that they can send in, because this disease not only makes you immune to, or this thing not only makes you immune to all diseases,
makes you immune to death too.
Kind of, it ups your strength, ups your agility, ups your speed.
Yeah.
The downside is that for the last, I think it's 3 or 5 years, I can't remember which, Fanning has been in a somewhat, I'm not going to say comatose state because that would imply lying down, But a fugue state, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. It's just sitting and staring, and physically he becomes very veiny. The eyes turn red. He is visibly non-human anymore. Regardless of this, however, they decide to proceed with the tests and do the only moral thing they could do by testing it out on death row inmates.
This is how Z Nation started.
Kind of, yeah. Now, what they do is they discover something interesting.
Because it's always like, we should test it out on death row inmates because they're on death row anyway. But then no one ever thinks, hey, what if these death row inmates get super crazy superpowers from the injections and break a fucking wall off and get out?
They actually do some really good... there is an interesting scientific explanation for kind of some of the stuff that's happening. Like I said, Fanning is patient 0. And while visibly altered, his behaviour is just basically in a fugue state. He only... they figured out that blood is the only thing that can sustain him. The injuries that he sustained when bitten were practically healed the next day. This deterioration happens over time. They start testing it out on inmate patients to try and figure a way of decreasing the visual side effects. Like I said, the fact that he looks like a monster.
Right.
They discover that age is a factor. Now, when a lethal version of bird flu starts wiping out half of Asia and spreading, they think, you know what, we need a new approach, and if age is a factor, because they show Babcock is the youngest of their inmates, the latest. Okay. She's like 25, or no, 26 or 27. They've got a 25-year-old coming in next. Age is a factor. They decide to go with a child. Like, actually take a child, because the disease attacks the neurons, and there's more neurons. The younger you are, the more neurons you have. They're something like that.
See, fucking Zombie Nation's great.
Oh, yes it is. But anyway, the point is that they believe that with a younger person, all the good, none of the bad. All the immunities, none of the visual side effects, none of the fugue state, far more, because even Babcock is more responsive.
Because the younger body's able to accept it better.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, that scientifically makes sense. Like,
cue the FBI agents that they have picking up the inmates. Now, obviously, when it comes to...
What was that about?
Well, in the novels, they're FBI agents, but in this, because it's more of a covert thing, I think they're former agents, or, kind of...
Right.
They might still have the credentials, but they're not technically working for the Bureau.
Okay.
Walcott is the main agent. Now, he, like I said, himself and his partner, they're tasked with convincing these death row inmates to do this thing. When they are approached and told they have to take a kid, Walcott's like, yeah, no bother. So they go in, they meet Amy Belafonte, whose mother has recently died and has been put into the system and is not having a very good time of it. She's used to being on her own. She's used to, as I said, well, her mother, in her own words, is a crack hoe and dies of an overdose. So Amy is very much an independent kid. Walcott takes a liking to her instantaneously when she does a runner from them, and ends up kind of taking a paternal role. You find out over the course of the series that the reason for this is that he recently lost his own kid, well, in the last couple of years. He's still in contact with his ex-wife. She gets brought into things as well. There's an interesting romance angle that develops over the course of the 3 episodes. And very early on, Walcott decides, screw this for a tough spin, I am not dropping the kid into this program. Ends up doing a runner with her. This goes sideways because these guys are DOD. They end up putting an Amber Alert.
It's DOD!
Well, there's Amber Alerts and everything issued for him.
Okay.
He tries to turn himself in at one point, and it turns into a bloodbath because the guys sent after them don't give a fuck. In fact, witnesses are a bad thing. Yeah, so he's on the hook for the slaughter.
In their defense.
Yeah.
But I'm wrong.
He ends up being on the hook for the slaughter of pretty much a sheriff's department.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've only seen the first 3 episodes. The 4th episode was out in America last night. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. The end of the 2nd episode, start of the 3rd episode, they do end up being captured by Project Noah. They end up going along with it, and Amy is injected with this serum. You also discover that the more people that are injected, while Patient 0 might be saying or doing anything, they're in everybody's heads. Everyone's having nightmares. Do you know the old Dracula mesmerism bit? They've all got carers. This guy's supposed to clean out Patient Zero's cage. This guy's supposed to clean out Babcock's cage.
Yeah.
The guy that's supposed to clean out Babcock's cage is an asshole, continuously fucking banging on the cage, annoying her. When the 2 lads, there's a cell and there's a small cage, so they're cleaning the cell. Babcock's in the cage.
Yeah.
The asshole takes the other guy's ID, throws it in.
Right.
Your man has to reach in and get the ID.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Right.
The asshole gets in close, thinks, she's full of shit, blah, blah, blah. Terrible idea. Munchie time! Now, what's interesting is the whole time you have this psychic conversation between Babcock and Patient Zero.
Right.
Whereby Fanning has a plan. The more people that
Fanning.
are... The more... It's like this... It's like the virus is a zygote.
Okay.
Or gestalt. The more people are connected to it, the more powerful it becomes.
Oh,
the more you
okay.
can influence people.
Like a hive?
Yes, to a certain degree, yes. So there is a plan, and as soon as Amy gets injected, it's kind of like you see Fanning's eyes light up, and it's kind of like, yes!
I've got the power!
Kind of. I think that the scientific explanation they had for going with the younger people is the exact same reason why Fanning's abilities are increasing.
Right, okay.
The younger they are that are infected, the better the virus works.
Okay.
The better it works.
The better everything works.
Yeah! Now, based on the novels,
Okay,
which...
that's interesting.
Based on the trilogy of novels, I imagine that Series 1 will probably be what leads to the vampire apocalypse that takes up the next 1,000 years in the history of this world.
Right.
The series itself is already an adaptation as opposed to going straight from the books.
Right.
In the books, it was a disease in a bat, whereas in this, it's actually a humanoid vampire.
Okay.
There's a few other bits and pieces. Like I said, in the books, it is actually FBI agents, but in this, it's kind of like a covert ops.
This sounds very long-winded.
Really?
Yeah.
Not really. No.
Okay.
Maybe you just don't like me describing shit.
Well, that's hardly true. We've done like 2.5 years of a show.
I mean, you sat down and you watched Z Nation. It has pretty much the same premise as Z Nation, except rather than a convict...
Z Nation seems a little more zany, though. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said premise, not style.
Okay.
Think of it this way. The Strain, one of the reasons that it got set apart from other shows was because...
Do you get any cool super vampire fight things? Them fucking
It's
people
only
and
episode
stuff?
3. They're still in their cages. They are mentally...
Oh yeah, I
mind-fucking
forgot.
people.
Forgot it's only like 4 episodes in.
Yeah, they are mentally head-fucking people. And there is plenty of death because... Like
okay,
I said,
I retake back what I said. I forgot it was only 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I will probably... We'll give that a pass. As in like, I will watch that.
I think you get into it. The story is obviously set to revolve around the familial relationship between Walgott, Amy, and Walgott's ex.
Okay.
The big question is, well, since Amy is destined to be one of the few defenders of humanity, the big question is what's going to happen now that she's been injected with the serum. You've seen Fanning having influence over all the other infectees.
Yeah.
Apart from do you remember I said that there was an inmate that gets brought in just before they get the kid?
Yes.
He also is kind of resisting. Fanning laid it out on the table for him in a mental escape what it is that he needs to do, and he's just like, nah, fuck that for a tub of spin.
Okay.
So as allies go, I could see...
Okay, I'm going to probably watch that, to be honest. We'll put a trailer on for you guys so you can make a decision, see what you're going to take, and then we're going to come back into our traditional plug for the American Horror Show that's going to be happening, although it's already happening, technically, which is new.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We represent a government medical organization called Project NOAA. We're on the verge of an exciting breakthrough, a drug that makes people immune to disease.
What does this have to do with me?
We're offering you a second chance. You have the opportunity to take part in a drug trial. I know what I'd do.
You ever wonder what happens to these homicidal maniacs once they get in that elevator?
I don't think about it.
We're looking at a global pandemic. You get exposed at breakfast, you're dead by dinner.
I got something. Nobody's gonna like it, though.
Yeah, well, I have a very open mind right now.
Patient 0. After a short period of accelerated healing, he declined into this. He's immune to disease, lethal and ugly as hell. But we're still making progress. It's not just tweaks to the formula, it's age.
Are you suggesting we try with the child?
No, a child would come through with 0 side effects. You wanted a solution. This is it.
How feasible is it to find a child?
Just a matter of finding a kid with no family.
The CDC wants you to see a specialist in Colorado.
How come there's no social worker? And how come they didn't send a lady? They always send a lady.
They just sent us.
Can you live with this?
It's either I live with it or millions of people die.
Just making a break for it. Come on!
If you touch the kid again, I will shoot you in the face. Does it hurt? Do you need any ice?
No.
Explain to me why you need a kid.
I want the kid because I said I want the kid. You need to bring her in.
There you go. Breakfast. New plan. We're not going to Colorado. It's a bad place.
It is?
Yeah, so we gotta find someplace safe, which means you're gonna have to trust me. And I know you may not.
Okay.
Okay?
I trust you. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's go.
A nationwide manhunt is underway for this man. They believe he is armed and dangerous. We need this contained. Do what you have to do.
I know he's your friend.
Doesn't matter.
Where are we going?
The only thing that matters is that you're safe. They won't be able to hurt you. You can do anything you want with your life. Come with me. Let's go. Let's go.
Give me the girl.
I'm not gonna leave you. It's gonna be okay.
We're talking panic and chaos.
Your life is important.
Okay, what about the werewolf episode?
It's in. It's totally in.
Okay, horror versus dark fantasy?
Most certainly in. I love that one. That was great.
Okay, what about the one about found footage?
Yes. Obviously, we had some very good commentary on it, and I think we covered most of the base points.
You said yes to every damn episode we've done. There's only supposed to be 10. Top 10.
I can't pick! They're like my babies, kids. You can't ask me to pick one of my babies. It's stupid. He's going to have to do something else.
What the And why are you wearing a woolly jumper?
Because it's fucking cold!
Oh, tune into American Horrors for GoreCast Season 2 recap, because apparently we can't pick a top 10.
And we're back. So, as is customary, ordinarily we do the trailer second, but I just thought it would flow better. As is customary on a Sunday, myself and Giz have a TV show on American Horrors, as is not customary because we're rounding into the last couple of weeks of Season 2, I'd imagine, because we usually do 30-odd episodes and we're on 24 now. So, yeah, 24. So, as a lovely treat for everybody out there on the American Horrors database and on the webs and on the Rokus and everything else that it is, the boys have decided to do a Season 2 recap with all of our episodes, all 24 of them, which started airing an hour ago because it started airing at the same time as the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just bad timing.
You can catch us here or you can catch us there.
Well, no, now we're leaving here, so you're going to have to catch us there unless you're playing PUBG with me as well, where you can also catch me on there because I will be going to there pretty much instantaneously after we get off here.
Fair enough.
So anyway, over in American Horrors, go now. So if you have Roku, if you're in the States, use channel code AMHOR to add American Horrors to your Roku's listings and then go watch us for the next couple of hours. And then there's some really cool movies on afterwards, if memory serves me correctly. And if you do not have Roku because you're in Europe or you don't have one of those streaming box dealies that you can get Roku and American Horrors on, you can go to www.americanhorrors.com and watch it on the channel that they stream for free on the website twos. Cool. AmericanHorrors.com. Bow. Okay, anyway, I have no idea what we're going to be doing next week, so for myself and the Giz, join us on a journey of discovery next week when we figure out some other shit. Oh no, we got that cannibal movie.
Yes!
Yeah, we have a crazy movie from Brazil involving cannibals, and I'm sure there's going to be some other cannibal-related activities that will revolve around that, although I remember something about zombies that I wanted to do as well. I can't remember.
We'll figure it out. It's all flesh-eating fun.
Oh, Korea. That was it. Kingdom.
Yes!
That was it.
Thank you, Martin.
We're going to be revisiting our friend Martin Green, who has a really cool page on
Trash
Facebook
Picture Show
and YouTube which is Trash Picture Show, and on Facebook he's got a page that's all about figurines and shit like that, which is awesome. Thank you for this, because we're going to go check this out this week, which is a 6-part Korean TV series from what he described as ninjas versus zombies.
Yeah, it's set in 1600s, so...
Yeah, I know there was no ninjas in Korea, but whatever the Korean equivalent of ninjas was, those fuckers. So we'll be covering that and possibly another Korean zombie-related movie or two. Train to Busan, I would imagine, will be on the list because we haven't covered that yet.
I thought we covered that before.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I remember you and me. We'll do it again. I don't care. It's fucking awesome. And some other cool Korean movie with zombies in it because there are loads.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all to look forward to next week. And from myself and the Giz, GoreCast out.
What?